What is going on, everyone? So once again, it's been a pretty long time since I did my last Blu-ray update. I apologize because I'm a little bit tight with money at the moment. I am a college student after all, but I love collecting Blu-rays, and I finally have enough to show off to you guys for me to actually make a video. I'm very excited. I believe the last Blu-ray update video I did for you guys was back in October. It's been a very long time. It's long overdue. I do have a good amount of Blu-rays for this video. Some older movies and some very new movies, all to show off to you guys. So without further ado, let's get this Blu-ray update started. The first one I have to show off to you guys today is American Sniper. This was from 2014, starring Bradley Cooper, directed by Clint Eastwood, and it's one of my favorite war films in recent memory. I think Bradley Cooper did a great job playing the character Chris Kyle, and this movie is actually about Chris Kyle and his time in the war, enlisted in the army as the sniper. This is one of the most realistic war films I've seen in a long time. I enjoy it every time I watch it. I hope to watch the Blu-ray eventually. I have seen it quite recently, but I will get to it eventually. I think this is just a really well done war film. Some people thought it was overrated. Yes, it could have been better, but still, I think it was a job well done. Next up is my favorite movie from 2017, and that, of course, is Baby Driver. I had to just pick this up. I think I got it for Christmas, and rightfully so. This is an excellent action film. Ansel Elgort here plays Baby. He did a fantastic job in that role. Played the character perfectly. The car chase scenes here are some of the best I've ever seen. The direction by Edgar Wright is fantastic. I think he should have been nominated for Best Director at the Oscars, but whatever, I don't care. I just had to own this movie. You guys have heard my thoughts on it a lot over the last couple of months. It's definitely worth picking up. It's a good price. If you guys have not seen Baby Driver yet, I recommend it. Next up is a movie series that has been taking on more sequels than anybody ever expected and expanding on its universe, and that is both Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane. Two movies that I enjoy the hell out of every time I watch them. Cloverfield. This is one of the best monster movies in my opinion. It was a found footage movie, so it put a different spin on that genre and is very unique. Also, 10 Cloverfield Lane, a very good enclosed thriller led by a great performance from John Goodman, who plays this film's villain. If you guys have not seen these movies, they are really good. The Cloverfield Paradox I thought was pretty disappointing. I did not review it because I didn't really enjoy it. But these two movies were certainly great additions in the Cloverfield universe. It's really cool because this series has kind of become the Twilight Zone, where every new edition is something different. These two are connected in some way, but they still haven't revealed how. The only thing we need now are some answers with this series, and hopefully we get some with Overlord in the fall. And another one of my favorite movies from 2017, Detroit. This was a very overlooked, underrated movie from last year. Got 0 Oscar nominations. That is absurd, ridiculous. I am absolutely pissed about that. But this film, Detroit, was one of the best I've seen in the last couple of years. The performances here were so strong. Will Poulter, I think, gave his best performance, and that's rivaling his performance from The Revenant, which was also fantastic. I love this movie. The second and third acts were so gripping. I was on the edge of my seat. They were a little bit grotesque, a little bit too realistic, and a little bit too offensive for a lot of people. But I think this is one worth watching, even though it's all of those things. Next Blu-ray I have for you guys is a movie that I had not seen for a couple of years, but when I watched it, I enjoyed the hell out of it, and that is Django Unchained, directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio, who is one of my favorite actors. Also here we have Christoph Waltz, who is a great character, one of the better ones that I know in film history. This is such a funny, awesome Quentin Tarantino movie. I think it's my second favorite one, right after Kill Bill Volume 1. But this is a typical Quentin Tarantino style film. It does everything the same, but does it even better than every other movie I've seen from him. People love Pulp Fiction, but I think this one is even better. It's another Western style movie about slavery. I just think this movie was so well done. The script was incredible, one of the best I've ever heard. It's gory, it's hilarious, it's everything I ever wanted out of a Quentin Tarantino movie. Alright, now we have another war film that I had not seen for a little while, hence why I bought it on Blu-ray. Fury, another underrated movie that a lot of people think could have been better. I still enjoyed it. The cast here is very strong, led by Brad Pitt. I love this movie. It's another war film that's a little bit over the top, but still has realistic style with it once in a while. And I just think this is another cool war film that has a gimmick with a tank. I think every war film kind of has a gimmick where we have American Sniper, it's about a sniper. This movie, it's about the tank. That's why I enjoy this movie, because it's something different. It's slow in some regards, but it's still another really good war film. Want to talk about realism? This was one of the most relatable and realistic movies that I've seen ever. And this is Manchester by the Sea. Wow. This is a movie I had not talked about for a very long time. It's been over a year and a half, but this was one of my favorite movies from 2016. Casey Affleck gave the performance of his career. Yeah, he was so good in this role. I loved Casey Affleck in this movie. Michelle Williams also did a great job. Lucas Hedges, who played his nephew here, was amazing. Kenneth Lonergan was the director here, and he did a great job with the script. This was definitely the best screenplay of 2016. A very sad movie when you realize what happens to Casey Affleck's character in the past. You feel so much. It hits you so hard to the core, but it all is executed to its finest and best ways. Manchester by the Sea is a masterpiece. Next up, we have a movie series that I feel has gotten better and better with every installment, and that is Star Trek Beyond, the best Star Trek movie we've had so far, in my opinion, for this series at least. We started off with the first Star Trek from 2009, then we had Star Trek Into Darkness, now we have Star Trek Beyond from 2016, that summer. I love this movie. It had the adventure feelings that we did not get from the first two. Also, the cast here was great. Everybody was at their best for this movie. I think Chris Pine as Captain Kirk, again, is really good. We also had a great villain here, Idris Elba. Another really solid performance. This was the most fun I had in all three Star Trek movies. That's why I had to buy this one. It is my favorite. I cannot wait for the fourth Star Trek movie to come out in a couple of years. Finally, my last Blu-ray to show off to you guys is a movie that I feel is the best Oscar film maybe ever. And that is There Will Be Blood, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. I did not get to see Phantom Thread. If I initially had plans to go check out that film, I would have reviewed this. This is a nearly perfect movie with fantastic performances led by Daniel Day-Lewis in what I think is his best role ever played. The script here, my God, this is one of the best scripts I've ever heard. You cannot even argue that. This is a finely written script. A story that has some symbolism behind it, but also keeps me very entertained. And it's also a beautiful looking movie. It's a rated R film where there's no cursing and barely any blood, which is weird because the title is There Will Be Blood, but everything connects in this film and all comes back by the end. And when you watch this movie, it hits you hard. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's one of my favorites, and it's a Blu-ray I've been wanting to get for the past year. I'm glad I finally have it. So that does it for this month's Blu-ray update video. Let me know down below, guys, what you thought of all the Blu-rays I purchased, and let me know also in the comment section if you guys happen to purchase any new Blu-rays. I'm just hoping I can do more of these in the future. I will continue to gather and collect as many Blu-rays as possible because I do like having a huge collection, and I hope it expands in the future. Do not worry, I will have another one of these coming up for you guys in the next few months. So this weekend I plan on seeing Pacific Rim Uprising. I should go see it on Thursday and have my review come out on Friday or Saturday. I hope it's good. I enjoyed the first movie, so be prepared for my next movie review. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.